Welcome to this look at a new mod and Farming Simulator 19 with me, MrSealyp. It's official, the world has gone mad. It is Tuesday the 7th of January 2020. Giants are back in the office according to Twitter today. They are back in and they are catching up. We've got a couple of updates. One massive update and one mod, which is right here. I'm going to do this first and we'll go on to the update because, as you can see behind me, it's a bit mad. This is the Amazon Prophy hopper by GTX. We had this before. It's nice to have it back again if you like doing a little bit of mowing around the yards, gardens, that kind of stuff. It's not big, it's not a huge mower, it's not designed to be, but it's a cool little bit of kit. Very nice. 1,200 litre tank, I think it's got on the back. It's 11 slots if you're on console. Yeah, we'll have a look at it in store. It's under mowers, as you might expect. 1,200 litres, yes. 1.2 metre head on the front, 25 horsepower. And you get what you get. Now, weirdly, I say weirdly, unless I'm missing something really, really obvious, rim colour we can change from the kind of beige colour to green, to a kind of light grey, which is fine. Design colour, I've looked all over this and I'm trying to work this out. So design colour, let's go with green. I can't tell what's changed. I keep looking around it and changing the different options to see if I can tell. Let's change it to the beigey cream colour. Ah, is it the roll bar at the top? It might be the roll bar. Not a roll bar, what's it called? It's the rollover... Is it ROPS? Is it Rollover Protection System? Something like that, isn't it? Hang on, let's have a look. Yes, it is. That's the only thing that's changed colour, yeah, that I can tell. It's the actual rollover bar on the top. There we go. I spent ages going around this whole thing thinking, I can't find it, can't find it. Anyway, so, let's jump in. Sounds great. Actually, let's lift that up out of the way. Pretty much a zero-turn mower. Like so. Beacon, on or off. Lights. And indicators. There they are. Well, that's odd. I don't know why it did that. Hazard lights, that was me on my side panel. Don't start freaking out thinking we've got hazard lights all of a sudden. That was on my side panel. Now, as far as this goes for mowing, drop it down, L1 and X brings the whole deck down, turn it on, like so. We can raise the deck back up again with that spinning underneath. Oh, it has to be down to mow. Ah, okay, to turn it on it has to be down. Sounds like a proper mower too. Fantastic. Now, as far as unloading goes, we've got a couple of options here. If we look under this one here, so R1, it says tip side high or low. If we go tip side low, L1, R1 and triangle, it will tip there. So if you're just tipping onto the ground, like so, you can do that. If you then change that to tip side high, it might be if you're going to tip into a trailer. So I'll go tip side high, L1, R1 and triangle. It raises the whole assembly up. So you can unload into something, obviously, much higher. That's a cool bit of kit. That's like the ultimate wing, isn't it? The rear wing. If you want to go into racing mode. It's a crazy looking bit of kit, but fantastic. Absolutely great. And there you go. That's it. That's the Prophy hopper. It's a mower. It mows in cab. If it is, you can call it in cab, but we have got a horn. I always get asked what's the horn sound, so I have to do it. There you go. So that's the Amazon Prophy hopper by GTX. Now, as far as updates go, we've had a couple. We've had 3, I think, thinking about it. One was for a slurry spreader, and there wasn't a lot changed on that, wheel configuration, something like that. One was for the Case IH Optim by Nervtoter and Chrisi136. Now, I haven't got it out here because I'm a little bit puzzled. And I know I'm not the one that's supposed to be puzzled, I'm the one supposed to be telling you all about these amazing things. So I installed it, and there's the standard Optim at 240,000 to buy, 288 horsepower, 288 horsepower, 15 slots. If I go right the way across, the only other one I've got here now is that one. The Optim IH CVX 250-300, which I'm assuming is the one. Well, saying that, look at the front of that. That front grille is awesome. I mean, it's there, but it's kind of not. That's just brilliant looking. Now, this one hasn't got a PTO at the moment. Main colour we can change. We can have darker red and dark red. It's not hugely dark, but it is definitely a darker red, like a blood red. That one's really nice. We can have a metallic, like so, and then we can have a used red, and I like that. You can go for that kind of used look. It doesn't make a difference to the price. It's not like it halves the price because it's a used vehicle or anything. Then we've got a couple of blacks. There's a silver rough. And then we've got a metallic black and a lighter black, which is quite cool. Then we've got rim colour, which we can change to the silver. One I like, I'll be honest with you, is the grey matte. That grey matte finish looks brilliant. I like that. No, I wasn't sure if this was the one because it hasn't given the option for this new roof window thing. And it's a little bit like the Class that's got the whole front section is glass. So I'm assuming that's a PC only thing because it hasn't popped up as an option on here. Yeah, so there's a few different options on the rims. We can go with the grey, really sort of very dark grey, and then the black Schwartz on there. Then we've got, and this is where the thing, there we go. So we've got without PTO on the front or with PTO, and that gives you a black PTO. If I go up again, it doesn't give me a yellow one. So I think it really is just without or the black. There isn't a yellow one on the front. Yeah, this obviously is the right one. Then we got Mitas, we got Michelin's. No options available on those, just standards. And then we go into the Trelleborg, and then we get an option of standards. We've got wheel weights, we've got wides and weights, twins, which looks rather nice, rear twin, and back to standard again. Then we've got the option of both beacons or left beacon. That's it, there's no right beacon, both beacons or left beacon. And then we've got the engine options, and this is where things are a little... I don't know if it is different to the original. I'm trying to think. That's the thing. There's so many things change, and then you think, as soon as you install it, you can't go back and have a look at the previous version. So my mind's now racing. The 250 CVX at 273 horsepower. Why was that saying 288? We've got the 270 at 288 horsepower, the 300 at 313 horsepower. Then we've got the Optim XXX CVX 363. That puts up around the... is it Deutz? Which one goes up to 363? I'm trying to remember now. So the Optim XXX CVX at 363 horsepower. It's very nice indeed. What I'm going to do is just lease one then, because it does say it's got the updated interior. So we'll have a look. We might as well while we're here. I didn't get one initially, and we're going to skirt around all this equipment. The thing is, to do this properly, I'm going to have to go through all the equipment, but there is so much of it. Oh, I had this one, I'm sure I did on Washo. It really has had a lot of update, hasn't it? That grille looks incredible. Yeah, because I got it in the shiny red. Let's have a look at the interior. Like I say, unless you've got a side-by-side comparison, and because you do the update, you then can't do a side-by-side comparison. I'm trying to remember. I like that mirror there, that's an interesting one. Plenty of mirrors. Sounds great, looks great. I don't think we've got any doors and windows that open. Oh, hang on, we might have. Left stick does the roof window, doesn't it? There we go. And that's it, so that's had an update. rather cool. The next update is this crazy thing, the CSZ pack by DD ModPassion. He's really mixing things up. Oh yeah, you can have that one for free. So, where do I start? The CSZ pack was pretty cool before, let's be honest. You had adapters and you had buckets. You had buckets with a hole in the bottom, and you know, there was some really cool stuff in this. That has been expanded on somewhat. As you can probably see, a lot of people saying, because the original CSZ pack on FS17 had forks and things like that. Where are the forks? Where are, you know, they're here. We've got them now, and there is a whole load of stuff here. So, we'll have a look first in store. Now, I'm not going to say what the slot counts are because the slot counts vary massively. This set of equipment is across all of them. Telehandlers, skid steer loaders, front loaders and wheel loaders. It's pretty much, I think, all the same equipment, just different sizes depending on the type of vehicle, obviously. I went for all wheel loader stuff. It was bigger, it was easier to look at, that kind of thing. So if we go into wheel loaders and we go across our standard equipment, then we get to the CSZ pack. Now this is the stuff that was in it before, the buckets and those kind of things. There are some adapters. Now the translator, I haven't found any information on that. We had adapters before, which is fine. It adapts it from a wheel loader to a telehandler tool, so you can use other tools from other packs with them, which we had before. The translator, if I look at it, I just cannot work out. It will go onto my wheel loader, but what does that front bit do? Answers on a postcard, ladies and gents. I'm sure it's going to be something obvious, something I've missed. But anyway, we'll keep going. We've got a piece of equipment now for extra elevation. So if you haven't got enough height, I mean, you can imagine that added onto a telehandler, you get an extra elevation. We've then got a bale fork, and some of these are automatic loading bale forks. It says automatic loading of bales is on the stack, so I think it stacks them upright. Then we've got one that says automatic loading of bales is not on the stack. I think it puts them side by side. I haven't checked that yet, but that's something to have a look at. We've then got a square bale one, but it doesn't say it's auto load. We've then got a 2-bale round one. So I think the first ones were 3, weren't they? No, they were 2s. That's odd. So we've got a 2-bale round bale. Automatic loaded bales is on the stack. Not on the stack. Square bale 3. Then we're automatic loaded bales. So why have we got another 2 round bale ones? That one does say 3 bales though. Maybe that's supposed to be a 3 on that. Oh no, reclining tips. Oh, blimey, see what I mean? Bale forks, they're standard. These ones have got reclining tips, so the tips come back upwards. But we have got a 3-bale one there. There's a square one there for 3 bales. Then we've got this one, bale fork with grabber. The grabber comes up on the top. Design, that was the other thing. Design 1, 2, and 3. So if you want to do 2 bales at a time, you can go right the way through and into 2 bales. That's the same on all of these. We can go with design 1, 2, and 3 if you want to go for a proper vampire stake on the front of there, you know. Weirdly, there's no middle fork on that. There are so many things on here. I went through as much as I could to have a look, and it's a bit crazy. So we've got the automatic loading of bales on that one is on the stack. That one is a square bale one, doesn't say auto loading. We've got a wrap bale handler. We've got a bale fork grabber. Again, auto loading, but slightly different. You can have design 1 like that, and this comes in from the side of the round bales. You can have that one that does more, but also comes in from the side. We've got this one, which I think looks absolutely fantastic. Again, auto load. What a fantastic bit of kit. We've then got a big bag handler, which has got a couple of prongs. It has also got straps. I will try and have a look at some of these, don't worry. We've got a manure fork monoblock, 2.4 metre wide, 2,500 litre. We've got a multi-purpose fork monoblock, 2,400 litres, with like a grab on the front of it. We've got a manure fork of forged teeth, slightly different, it's got teeth rather than prongs. We've got the multi-purpose fork with forged teeth, which has got a fork on the top of it as well. 2,500 litres, 2,400 litres. We've then got a 6,000 litre silage fork. which will do all those things, chaff and silage and manure and all sorts. And then we've got this monster here that does 7,500 litres, 5 metre width when it's opened out. We've got a single fork carriage free. I'll explain what that is in a minute. And when we've got a single fork carriage, we've then got single fork carriage with a grabber on the top, and we've got a couple of options on this. Design 1 just grabs hold of the top of pallets and stuff, or that, which has got a much more stable grab on the top of it. I mean, this pack is insane now. Double fork carriage for logs, which I like the look of that. That's a nice looking bit of kit. Shovel fork for logs. So shovel fork for logs, that's what I meant to do. Nice. We've then got a lifting arm. We've got a lifting hook. We've got an extension for lifting. We've then got a dozer blade. Now the dozer blade, heavy blades, and these ones are for levelling, for bunker silos and that kind of thing, but I suppose dozer blades you could use for snow and stuff as well. A heavy blade, and this thing is an absolute beast of a bit of kit. I mean, look at the size of that thing. That is craziness. We've then got a scraper, monoblock, again, leveller. We've got a scraper forged teeth, again, leveller. We've got the heavy extension, and again, you have that heavy extension on the arm, and imagine them putting pallet forks on the front of that. The reach is just nuts, absolutely nuts. We've got a cage. The cage is a bit of a weird one. I don't quite understand, and multiplayer maybe you could use that, but you can't get in it and then move yourself, so I don't know about that one. It's a bit of an odd one. And then you've got this one. It says mixer, decorative only. And these in the real world are used for slurry tanks. It gets pushed down into the slurry tank and it churns all the slurry up in the slurry tank, stops it all kind of the sediment and all the rubbish at the bottom and going crusty and horrible and that kind of thing. These are big. Now we are going to have a look at that in a minute, because it does say decorative only, but it does have a weird little thing that comes up. But like I say, it will make more sense in a minute. Right, and that's it. Now, we come back out, and again, I can't remember if this was on the original CSZ pack or whether this is an addition to, but if we scroll across in miscellaneous, we have got the sling for lifting. I think that was in the original one. And that's important for all the lifting bits. You need that. I thought we might get away with maybe using the Lizard Tool X, but it doesn't work on that. It only works on the sling for lifting. So again, that will make more sense in a minute. Right, where do I start? Let's start this end. Right, that's the sort of higher lifting mechanism, which you can then put forks and stuff. Like I said, I've done wheel loader, but these are available in all of the options. So, L1, R1, and then that. So we can go up and down, so we can raise and lower our implement. And obviously with the wheel loader, if you take that up, like that, and then lift that up, not a bad extension on that. So if you put forks or any of the bits of equipment on that as well, you've got yourself a nice bit of reach on that. And like I say, if you, I'm pretty sure, hang on, let's just double check, I'm pretty sure there's one of these in the telehandlers as well. So like I say, you imagine the length of a telehandler and then stick one of those on the front. That's madness. Yeah, look, extra elevation. And I'm pretty sure there's one of those long boom arms at the end as well. If we go for all the equipment for the telehandler, where are we? Oh no, it hasn't got one. I was going to say having that long boom arm as well would be absolutely crazy, but that's pretty mad as it is. Right, what's next? Let's move that out of the way. Drop that off. Teeth. Forks, bale forks, etc, etc. So this one, that's just the standard, I think. I'm going to open up the menu just to help me. Does this one fold? Fold wheel loader tool, like so. So this is the folding ones I think I went with, but the first ones just say fork, they don't fold up, these do. But these are auto loading, so if I come over here to the bale, it says load round bales in stack. If I do that, press square, bump, there we go, puts on. So they'll stack them up on top. Now I have had a bit of a problem with these when I was fiddling around with it. It says transport position, so L1 and square, puts that down, that says the transport position, so that should be right now. But this is unload bales, and you have to be careful here, because if I press L1 and triangle, it doesn't let me move them. It's a bit odd, I'm not sure whether it's supposed to auto unload them, If I do unload bales here and now press triangle, it hasn't actually... I think I still have to just unload as normal. It's not an auto unload, which is a bit odd. But then look. What? That's rather peculiar. I suppose it gives you the option then to move them around wherever you want to go. But if I now put that into operating position... Oh, yeah, look, it's still attached. I'm having problems with this, and I don't know if it's an obvious thing that I'm doing wrong here, but I don't normally have a problem with loading and unloading with auto-load bale trailers. And if I now press load round bales in stack, the last time I did this it disappeared. It's not doing it now. What is happening? Yeah, it's a bit of an odd one, so you may have to have a bit of a fiddle around. I'm not quite sure. The controls don't seem to be working as maybe they should. Let's disconnect that. Like I say, you may have to have a bit of a fiddle around. We've got another couple around the front here we're going to have a look at in a second. I'm going to have a look at the forks as well, though. We've got pallet forks. Now this one here, it did say in there, let's just check this again, under the forks it had two options, and I said I'd come back to it, and that's exactly what I meant I was going to do. So if we come to, if we get to it, they're all over the place. I tried to put them all out. Right, carriage free. It means the actual pallet forks themselves are free to move. They're not fixed. So if I do this, you can see them moving a little bit, flapping around. If I put that down now, they are flexible. They kind of move around a little bit. They're only attached to the top, hinged at the top, so you can kind of do that. It's not going to cause you any problems when you put it down. So the carriage itself is free to move, like so. So that's carriage free. The other option, drop those down there, is the same set of forks but not carriage free, so they're fixed as you would normally get them. Now with both of these as well, we can move our actual pallet forks in and out, or side to side, say in and out. If we go with, there we go, R1 and then right stick, we can move those in and out like so. And that's the same with both sets, but these ones are fixed. It's not carriage free on those ones. So that's the pallet forks. Oh dear, I'm just going to be carnage now. I'm just going to be dropping stuff left, right and centre. So here we have, this is the CSZ bale fork with grabber. We've got 3 bales on there. That's an automatic loading. Now it says unfold or fold selected tool. If I press L1 and triangle, that clamps down on the top of there and we're good for transport. Now again, for unloading, loading's fine. I'm finding if you put the bales on, it's not a problem at all. It's getting them off again, it just seems to be a little bit odd, and I don't know why. If I put that down now, it says unload bales. I don't remember saying that I wanted to unload them. Unload bales here. Now I assume we just got to drive off as normal, you would think. If I put that into operating position, and now I've lost a bale. Look, it's down there. They're not really unloading properly. Look, that's... again, it's probably something obvious I'm missing, but I really don't know. Transport position. And now look. I don't know if this is going to need a little bit of an update, possibly. Operating position, no. I like I say, it just seems a little bit with the auto load system. It doesn't seem very happy. Let's just put it that way. And the frustrating thing is we've got these ones here which look really, really cool. I like these. But again, fold or unfold selected tool. Now I've got 2 back again. There were 2 originally, and I don't know where the bottom one disappeared to. Now it's back to having 2 on there. And it's a cool bit of kit. I like it. I like the fact it auto loads, but it's the unloading it doesn't seem to want to know. Unload bales here. Oh, that worked fine. Oh, it's a miracle. Right, so operating position. So if we come up to them now, boom, auto load. Then we fold that into position. It holds them. And off we go. Happy days. That one worked. That's good. Like I say, there's so much stuff in here, and this is, I don't normally look at updates, and when I went on and looked at the change log and it said new equipment added, and I thought, well, I'll have a look, you know, it's going to be a couple of bits thrown in here. Oh no, no. Let's chuck a whole load of stuff in here. So transport position, no. Operating position. There we go, it's back on there again. So, this again, when this had 2 in it, I like this kind of side grab system. I think it looks really cool. And I think as well we should be able to, like that, do that. So if you want to unload them like that and put them on the ground, they might roll a little bit, but you can do. Let's pop that out of the way. So, unload bales here. They definitely work better than the other ones. I prefer these side grab ones to the forks. Oh, hang on, that's still attached. It's still attached though. So let me go now. Yeah, that's odd. It was still attached, kind of. Operating position. No, I don't know. This one just seems to be playing up as well. Oh, I don't know. Well, it may well need an update. It seems a little bit. Now this one is one of the levelers. That was the monoblock, and there's one over here. That was the forged teeth, or might have been the other way around. But they're levelers. That's the log shovel. That's the log carriage. That's the double carriage. Sorry, I'm not going to get a chance to get through them all. That's the double pallet fork, double carriage. We'll have a look at a couple of those in a second. These are your silage forks. There's one with a claw on the top. There's the monoblock with a claw on the top. We'll have a look at these in a second. These are the levelers, the manure forks, the 6,000 litre and the 7,500 litre folded. They look a little bit odd folded up. This one here, we got that extended leveler, kind of dozer blade. That's the dozer blade right there. That's the extension arm, which is just, I mean, that's the sort of thing you'd find on a ship. Look at the size of that. That's crazy. Right, we'll look at those in a second. Sorry about this. I just wanted to show as much of it as I could. Right, this one, hopefully, if I get this to work. Right, this may work, it may not, we shall see. Now that may not work on this pallet anyway, it might be too big. That does my forks, so I can move the pallet forks in and out, which is fine. Ah, there we go, fantastic, so I can raise it up and lower it. So I'm on my right R1, my right stick, side to side, opens and closes the pallet forks themselves, and then up and down, raises and lowers that. That like that. Clamps. Whoa. Okay, that might need a little bit of finessing. That did not like that. I just assumed bring it right the way down, it will clamp it in place. That doesn't like that. So the only problem with, I found log grapples, crane grapples, anything that's supposed to clamp down on things, they're never particularly happy about it happening, are they? Not sure about that one. Again, it's probably just finesse. You just need to have a bit of a fiddle around with them and you'll be fine, but it doesn't seem to like that. Nope, now we're stuck on the ground. Whoa. Well, the thing about it is, what you've got to think is, in a layman's terms, look at this. If you're just going to come on, play, grab hold of something, I want to grab a fork, put it into something, pick it up and go, it is supposed to be a kind of clunky operation in so much as, yes, you need a bit of finesse, you need to be able to get the thing, but you don't want to be spending 3 times as long as you would do with a normal piece of equipment to use a piece of equipment that's supposed to make your life easier, I guess. It's kind of, they're fantastic, they look great. That seems to have kind of reset itself a little bit. Has it reset itself? Right, let's try that again. Gently does it onto the top, like so. There's a bit of movement, but it's kind of holding it in place. Don't think we've got straps, have we? We haven't got straps on that one. Yeah, maybe it's just you get a bit of initial movement, but that's cool. And it should go high enough to get... you get 2 smaller pallets on there, but you won't get more than one of these. But again, I don't know if I'd want to put 2 on there, because I'd be worried about it pinging off all over the place. Right. This quick look at an update. This is an entire mod pack in its own right. Update my foot. Right. So this one is the bag grab, as it just said. CSZ bag handler. Go through there. Lift it up. Now, it doesn't have... I don't think it has straps. Oh, yes, it does. Cool. But I don't think it grabs hold of the bag. Yes, it does. Oh, okay. I tried that a minute ago and it didn't work. Now, think about that. Hopefully... So that actually holds those in place and stops them swinging about, which is quite nice. That's a nice touch, that. I like it. Right, what I'm going to do is just pop that down a second. I'm going to get loads of stuff in my way here. Undo the straps. Drop that down. What I want to try, see if this works, without driving over all the stuff I've left scattered around the place, is a pallet. So I can line up on a pallet, kind of. Let's drop that down. Straps. Aha! Nice. Okay, that's good. So it'll do bags, it'll do pallets. So I prefer that to the pallet fork grab there. It's much more stable. It's holding it nicely. I like that. I wonder. Just another check. Let's have a quick look. Trouble is we've got things all over the place here. This is probably still attached to the stuff over here. Will it let me? No, that's still attached to all that stuff over there. Now, do I actually need to put the prongs through that bag, or can I go either side of it and just do the straps? I can. Okay, so you haven't got to be too perfect with picking that up either with that. Okay, that's cool. That's good to know. I did try some of this before, but it didn't all work. But now, as I'm doing it, I'm thinking, oh, I could try this. Oh, I could try that. There's all, you know, all these things you suddenly think about now. Let's see if I can get onto the end of this. I don't know if I'm going to be able to from this angle. This is that mixer that does slurry pits and stuff like that. And it's an odd one, because at the bottom it says mixing ratio. Now, it does say decorative only. Now, what you would normally do is you'd come over the pit, you'd tip that down into it, that bar would sit on the bottom, and then you turn on wheel loader tool, like so. Hang on, he says. Like so. And that mixes up your slurry in the slurry tank, which is great. But it does say mixing ratio at the bottom. So again, potentially, maybe on PC. Does it work on PC? I'm not sure. It has the little slurry symbol there. Then it says mixing ratio. But, there you go, that's that. It's all absolute madness. Right, like I say, we've got this cage, was another one of the options available. But like I say, it's great. It's the sort of thing you'd use for fixing lights and street lamps and that kind of thing, and getting up high to stuff to get things off racking and that kind of thing, which is great. But you can't actually get in it and operate the machine. I thought if you could get in it and then use it like a scissor lift and you could raise it up, and but you can't. So potentially multiplayer. There's no straps in it, so it's not that you can put stuff in it. And I'm not quite sure what that would be for. Which brings me on to the last few things I think we're going to look at. There's log forks and all the other bits and bobs, which all kind of seem fairly standard. Now these are the lifting tools, and like I say, I tried them with the X-Lift. I tried to go over pallets without this bar, but you do need this bar. This is the strap bar. You can pick it up and move it around as it is, but we've got a few different options here. So we grab that, and we come over it. The sling for lifting, like so. Same thing again, we can go over to a pallet, we can go over to various different things, and we should be able to strap it and lift things up. There's this one, like that. Now that arm itself doesn't move anywhere, that just stays actually like that. That one is a direct, literally straight off the front here and hangs underneath, and then that one's an extension that goes right the way out, but all three hooks hook up to this bit here. You need that bit. So actually I think what I'm going to do is put that down. Take that off. Now, like I say, unless I'm misremembering, I don't remember these being in the pack before. I hope I'm not misremembering. Again, who knows? If you watch any of my stuff, you know. There we go. That doesn't seem to want to hang straight though. That's odd. A little bit worrying because that doesn't seem to want to... Oh, there we go. It was obviously just caught up over the top. Now with this, I found when I had a bit of a play with it earlier, you need to be right down on the actual item, otherwise the item will swing around. So you need to bring that right the way down and kind of touch on the top of it. Like so. When you're down on top like that and then clip it, that's not going anywhere. That will sit in there really well. And you've got a nice bit of reach on that if you want to go. It seems fairly stable in there. Release the straps. And away you go. I don't think it works with anything else. Like you can't pick up equipment. I don't think you can. No. That's quite frustrating, that. Keeps swinging around, but only on that arm it does it. There you go, it's done it again. There we go. Now I'm pretty sure you can't pick anything up. Yeah, it just puts the straps underneath if you try to. Well, I know I've kind of gone on quite a bit with this. Some of these things work better than others. Some I think are better suited for purpose. I'm really liking the new log grab. I think that's fantastic. I like this double log, like pallet log fork thing. That's really nice. What else did I really like? The bag lifter with straps I think is a brilliant bit of kit. The auto load pallet forks, I don't know, I think they're just a little bit... That shouldn't be right, that shouldn't be doing that. Yeah, the bag thing, brilliant. The lifting arm's really good, like that. It's a fantastic addition, all the stuff that you get in here, and you can have a real fiddle around with it and give yourself a load of... Oh, I didn't show these, did I? Hang on. Can I even get to that now? I say I'm just dropping stuff anyway now, it doesn't matter. There's too much here. Too much to get your head around. Let's get that out of the way. Well, I suppose what we could do... Let's just go a bit mad, you know. Like the rest hasn't been already. I wonder if it'll let me... Of course it will. Why wouldn't it? Oh, good grief. Look at that. I don't think that's supposed to do that, is it? But anyway, this is one of the new silage forks. This is the 7,500 litre. That's rather large. I like that. I don't know why you would want it on an arm like that, but that's... Yeah, I mean, that arm is so long. You put that on a wheel loader, anything on the front of that, I suppose you would use it as a levelling tool in a bunker silo, but that's mad. Let's take that off the end. Without that on there, we can get a better idea of what this looks like. Have a fiddle around, have a play, see what you can come up with. But yeah, this is cool. It's nice size, that. 7,500 litre silage fork. I like the way that packs up with a kind of protective grille over the front of the forks as well. But there you go. That's, you know, there is more in here, and there's all sorts of cool stuff to play with, and have a fiddle around with, try the tines, try the stacking in a stack, not in a stack, try the, you know, the bag lifting, and, you know, it's all here, it's all fun, it's all by DD ModPassion. Enjoy. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. I hope you've taken something away from it. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then of course, please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.